Okay, so tell me a little bit about maybe some struggles that you had when you were in the program. Like, did you struggle with trying to figure out your superpower, or were there any worksheets, or just trying to connect the dots, or finding time to work on the assignments? Like, what was that like for you?
Um, yeah, I think time was definitely a concern because I was working a 40-hour job and had a new baby. My husband travels about half time for work. He's also a freelancer. So when he was on the road and I was doing work and daycare pickup and drop off, and it's just there was a lot, and finding time was a concern. It actually, before I purchased the program, I emailed Mike to say, will this work for someone with as limited time as I have? And he's like, yeah, if you, and it's you're not going to get through it as quickly, but like you can do this. And he was right. Um, so yeah, having enough time was definitely a challenge. I touched on this before, but having like getting myself into too narrow a niche, targeting folks who want to talk to millennial families specifically, was something that I can pursue again in the future. But I had to back up from that, and I'm glad I realized that when I did. Um, I also had some concerns about Facebook ad spend, and I like was nervous about hemorrhaging money, and so I did my big like first Facebook ad campaign over the summer when I built my funnel, and that's great, and I got some valuable information from that. But that was always in the back of my mind, like, don't spend money you don't have, don't spend money you don't have. But as soon as you turn that first like client or two, you're like, oh, I have money to reinvest. So like if
Mhm.
you can just push through to that like first one or two, it takes a load off. If you can just kind of retrain your brain there. um, I was definitely frustrated at how long everything was taking me. I always want to move at a faster pace. I can be patient when required, but generally speaking, I'm a very impatient person, and I'm like, I want it now. I want it yesterday. I want it perfect. I'm a perfectionist. This is also a problem because that makes my processes slower. I'm
Mhm.
also like very by the book, so it's like, well, the worksheet says to do this, and Mike said to do it this way in the training, but like I would get in my own way with like feeling like everything had to be just so before I could move on to the next thing. And time again, especially in the Facebook group, people are like, take a breath, keep going. You can always circle back around and edit and, rework your way through that lesson. Not everything has to be perfect or 100% complete, all your I's dotted and T's crossed. It's okay.
Mhm.
So that was hard for me to sort of, um, yeah, that was a hurdle for me. And my self-talk was garbage. I started worrying I would never make this happen for myself, and that I would let myself down, especially as a mom, because one of my biggest motivations for doing all of this is because I wanted more freedom in my life. I wanted a lifestyle where I could, you know, be the mom and do it how I wanted, and not have anybody telling me that I had to be chained to my desk for 40 hours a week. Um, and yeah, I had several points where I got really down on myself. I her birthday's in May, and about late March, early April of this year, I just like totally face planted in anxiety and depression. It was just a hot mess because I was like, I'm failing, this isn't working, like and I got myself all like psyched out and freaked out. And I don't remember what the pivot was, but I was finally like, okay, you know what to do, like to take a deep breath and do the work and keep moving, because momentum is like 99% of the juju you need to get through this. It's like if you can literally keep doing one more thing every day, you will make progress. It's sitting back and saying, oh well, this isn't working, that gets you stuck. Because, well, yeah, if you're not taking a chance on yourself, and if you're not making daily steps of progress, yeah, you'll fall in a hole too. But climb out and start again.